Hey folks, I wanted to record a somewhat self-serving, maybe mini rant about the importance of a slide master. So I am speaking at conferences, getting lots of different template decks from different events, and all of those templates are using a slide master, but a lot of times they're not using it correctly. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what is a slide master, how to build that effectively, and what things I am usually looking for when I get a new template from a conference or an event that I'm going to go to. And we're just going to talk about a few tips and how to do that. And I'm sure there are so many more tips. So let me know down in the comments what other things you look for when you get a template from a conference, right? So here, what you're looking at is just a kind of blank presentation, right? And what you'll notice when you're on a new blank presentation, if I go to new slide or layout, I see all of these different layouts available, right? And these are the common layouts that I'm used to working with, right? And the layouts that I kind of expect to be represented within a slide master, right? Within a template deck. To view the master, I can go to view and click on slide master. And you're going to see, first of all, this slide that is going to have something that appears on all of the kind of child slides. And then we see all of these different layouts here that align with what I want my design to look like, right? It's important when I create one of these masters that I am ensuring that I use the placeholders, right? So when I'm making a slide master, I'm going to use the items here on this slide master tab to insert things like placeholders, and all of these are things that can be changed, right? So if I put this template into a new slide, I'd be able to add my text here. Whereas if I had just used a regular text box, that would appear on every slide, right? The other important thing I want to look at here is my colors and fonts, right? And I want to update those to the branding that I expect to see, because this is the branding that the colors and everything that your speakers are going to use. So let's go ahead and change these. I'm going to change some of these so you can see kind of what it looks like if I was to drop in here. So let's just use this color, and we're going to also change our fonts to this one, right? So when I do that, you see all of my placeholders update, because my fonts here, whichever one I selected here, where did it go? You see it has a font selected for heading and for the body, right? And that will adjust everything that I have here. I can also customize these so that I could set them to whichever fonts I want and set a title for that as well. And this means any placeholder I put in for the heading will be in this font, and any placeholder I put in for body text will automatically be in whatever font I've selected here. So if you have specific fonts you want your presenters using, those are the ones that you want to have selected there. And same for our colors, right? I want all my branded colors to be selected in whatever set of colors I'm using, because these will be the colors that are going to appear whenever I go to change a color on something, right? If I went to set a shape and set the color on that shape, or set the color on that text, let's select this text, for example, right? I'm going to see those theme colors here. So if I want all of my speakers to be using the same color fonts for all their headings, I can do that by setting my colors here, right? So we're going to make a few updates on this, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, perfect. So let's go to our master slide here, and I'm going to change my heading, and we want our heading to always be in pink, right? And look how that updates all of the slides underneath, right? Now they all have their heading in pink as well. And I'm going to do the same for my body, just so we can see how some of this is going to work. I'm going to set this to be in blue. Don't do this really on your fonts, but this is an example. And let's just add a shape on here, because I want you to see how some of this works. So we're just going to put a little circle in the corner. Why not? Yeah, it can stay that color. So we see that that is on all the slides. And let's also do something on one of these slides. that we're only going to use once. We're just going to add something on here too, just because I want you to be able to see it in some of our examples. So let's add another circle here down in this corner. And I'm going to change that to a different color, change our fill to another color in our template. It looks ugly, but that's fine. And you'll see that's only on this slide, not on all the slides, right? Now, let's go ahead and close our master view. So I'm going to see, based on what I've done on this master, that this slide has updated. And if I look at new slides, they're showing the silly updates that we made. This also means that if I was to copy in from another deck, so let's look at a deck that I have here. I'm going to copy a few different slides that I have in here, right, that fit in different formats. I'm just going to copy those in. You'll see there's already a master in place on this guy. And if I drop these in here, I can choose to paste with the source formatting, which would be bringing in my master slide from my other deck, or I can drop them in with the destination theme. So if I drop those in with the destination theme, you're going to notice, look, my headings are in the pink color that I wanted. My text is in the blue color that I wanted. All of my stuff is already in using the new master format that we had. Instead of having like the pink lines and my logo, it's automatically in the format of this new slide master. So as a presenter at conferences, this is what I'm hoping to do, right? I'm hoping to take a deck that I've maybe presented before and be able to drop it into the slide template and be able to use that with relatively not much effort so that I can spend more of my time updating the content and making sure everything has all the details that I want to include. I want to be spending my time on the substance, not on the look and feel, right? Also, one other thing to keep in mind is the difference between like a template slide and the master, right? So my master should be for my layouts, for how I want all the rest of my slides to look. If I have other slides like a title slide, a slide with my advertisers, things like that, those can just be templates in the deck, right? Those can just be a sample slide that's just a slide here. It doesn't have to be in your slide master because I'm not going to use that again as a speaker, right? My slide master is going to be things that I want to use again. And my template slides or just regular slides in that template deck, those can be for my samples, for your starting and ending slides, or slides that I'm only going to use once, right? So those are my tips for my conference organizers who are creating a slide master. Remember, make sure to start from a blank presentation. Make sure you have all of those layouts represented and then add in whatever branding you want to include. Make sure you're updating the fonts. Make sure you're updating the colors, your color scheme for that. And just making sure that I include my other template slides just as slides and that all of my layouts and everything that I want my speakers to use are represented in the slide master. And if you are building these slide masters and you haven't ever had to kind of copy over a deck before like this, feel free to, reach out to me, reach out to other speakers and kind of watch what that process looks like and get feedback. I hope this is helpful for you guys. And for my other speakers, please write down in the comments what your other tips are or things that I missed. Thanks.